nice. Well, that's cute. Hi.
Navigationally compromised.
So we are running errands, and we are headed back into town. We are presently out in a different direction than the other night, and yeah, we headed out to pick up vinyl to be able to cut decals and stuff like that. And it was cheaper, especially with this vehicle now, to go just pick it up in person. And now we're running back to see 3 more places. Oh my God, this is crazy. We saw a few this morning. Oh, I never wanted to be in this position ever again. And surprise, I'm in this position again. So yeah, we are headed back into town, and we wanted to see who's around at this time of day. And, say hello and all that other stuff. So we are. Oh, I wonder if you guys can see the car screen now. There's lights on my. Oh yeah, you can see it better. Now it's not so contrasty to the world around it. So you can see the batteries charging up nicely. These long little drives are costing us less gas than the other vehicle in the city. So that's very, very happy place for us. Very, very happy place. So yeah, like I said the other day, we expect about $1,000 a year in gasoline savings alone. So the vehicle was definitely worth the purchase. So we are going on a trip. Yay! Hi Shane.
Road trip.
Oh, I picked up your your Piper vial, catnip vial. It's not a sugar vial. It's catnip vial. Is going in the mail. Probably in the next 24 hours. Coming down to you. Do you want me to include a chocolate bar, junk food, or do you want me to include something sugary for you? Something small that'll fit next to. I'm trying to find a small box for it. So yeah, something small. That do you like rockets? Oh, they have rockets. They're called Smarties in the States.
Yeah, which is funny.
Which is Smarties. Smarties is something very different up here. Yeah. Fuzzy on my end. Internet's connections fault, not you. Okay. Hi. 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 I can't tell if she changed the service or not because the little blue bar is YouTube. The little blue bar is Facebook.
Blue bar, I think it's Facebook.
Piper's literally flying.
YouTube was the red one.
Yes, Piper's little. We're gonna. I'm actually considering doing something nice and little custom for you. I haven't decided what though. You know, a single bar. Mr. Big. Oh, okay. A Mr. Big.
When you're this big, they call you Mr.
That's right. When you're this big, they call him Mr. So we make the box accordingly.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, we'll pick you up at Mr. Big as we're running around today. You have what to ask, my dear. Because, there's no sugar in your vial, so we have to send you sugar in a different form, right? When you're this big, yeah, when you're this big, they call you Mr. That's right. I forgot about that ad.
Oh, continue straight on. Damn.
You're so sweet. You are welcome, honey. What? Is that the on? Because that's the on ramp.
Yeah, it said use the right lane and then.
Oh, use the right lane to go straight? Oh, it was the right.
Yeah.
1.6 kilometers.
She's confused.
Turn right onto Rinson Road South.
Okay, so she's gonna bring you a different lane. That's okay. We have just enough time to get to the next place, but we're out Ajax and Whitby area. So it's very quiet and open. So this is quiet, believe it or not. Can you tell this city's on a lockdown? I can't.
The province is on lockdown.
And the whole province, I don't know, but Toronto's supposed to be on the biggest lockdown.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to go out except essentials. I really don't think everyone's shopping wisely, including ourselves. The only reason why we're doing a little shopping is because, well, we we're seeing places, which is also really risky during COVID. But no, we can't stay. We just can't stay in that place. I think that house spoiled us, Martin.
The house in Burnaby?
Yeah, there was black mold and everything, but our own, Ajax is a cleaning solution.
That spoiled us in a different way. Yeah.
Australian guiding a Canadian. I know. Actually, it's Martin's phone, so it's
That's Australian. Yeah.
It
Okay,
is
it's set for
okay.
Australia.
You've got it set for Australia. Coffee is amazing. Good. Good.
All right.
I'm
Nice.
happy you like the coffee. Yeah, that's still. I still think that's weird that it's a different coffee than American. You know, after we get settled, we'll send you something else. We'll do another trade off. But yeah, it was the shipping that got me. It was just like whoa, and that was like the cheapest shipping, and I was just like no, wow. But hey, Canada Post, right? But yeah, we're thinking we still have to get this they blah, blah, because our page thing was put on hold. Now we're trying to get it back up and going, so we have to wait now for a web designer to be available. So I don't know how we're gonna do this, but you know we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta make some money. We just gotta make some money. I loved your Burnaby house. It was a unique layout. What was it? 1980.
1981 it was built.
1981 it was built. It's very 80s. It's very late 1970s, early 1980s. The whole layout and everything is so much,
Traffic lights,
for the time.
turn right onto Rinson Road South, then turn left onto Toronto Avenue.
Toronto Avenue? Is it Toronto Avenue out here?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Because
Yeah.
it's the avenue that leads you to Toronto ultimately.
Apparently. I love those trade-offs. I need to send you more Heb stuff. Yeah, those chips are freaking awesome. Those I don't want Hebs here. Those chips are awesome. Oh. See, I wish Red still lived in Texas because then I'd get the two of you together, and I think you'd get a kick out of him. Did you get? I'm trying to remember if you got a chance to meet Red. No, I don't think so. I think he'd already moved to Texas by the time you came into our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now he's in Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yep, Alabama. Going to send you a Texas scratch off. The heck of it. Sad thing is you can't claim the money. No, but we can mail it back to you to claim the money.
At the stop sign, turn left to merge onto Highway 401.
I know that it means you have to pay the taxes as income tax, but that's fine. You take the taxes out of the money, and then you split it 50-50 with me. H-EB. Texas scratch for the hell of it. I like that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We his sister used to send us Ontario lottery tickets, right? And they're $6.49, so they're across the province. Um, they're across the country, but because they're Ontario, tickets, we would win like $3, and we wouldn't be able to cash in because BC is not Ontario. I swear there are times when living in BC where I was in another country. I didn't feel like I was in Canada anymore. Alabama has Buc-ee's or Buccees? Buc-ee's. Oh, hi, Keith. Hi.
Beaver nuggets. Probably that's the beaver nuggets you wanted to send us.
Oh, the beaver. Yeah. Those were tasty, though. I know it was another party, but those are tasty. Next time, 1 bag per cent, expensive to mail to. I noticed that. I did notice that. Then they've become very expensive chips. Yes, it's a deal. We call them scratch-offs. Nice. Keith, how you doing? We're running around like madmen. Or mad women, or mad people.
Mad people.
Mad people. We're running around like mad people.
Mad folk.
We don't mean angry mad. We mean insane mad.
Mad.
Mad. God, the sun is doing weird colors to my skin. Looks like you're driving errands. Yes, we are, Vincent. The beaver nuggets, that's it. Buccees. She put a dash between the two C's. So Buccees.
Oh.
I guess. Bucky's. Near enough. Yes, Vincent, we are Southern. We traded our gas guzzling Kia in for a 2016 um, hybrid. So we don't mind running errands now because A, it's going to save us a ton of money in gas. I mean, it's amazing how much we're going to save. The vehicle costs less overall than the Kia was costing us. It's not a jinxed vehicle like the Kia was, and got better tires on it, brand new tires on it. Yeah, there's just so many advantages for trading in the two vehicles, like swapping the one vehicle for the other one. It puts about half a year more time on paying it off, but it's a much better car. So very happy we're not driving a gas guzzler because some of these errands are bringing us out of the city and you know, why are you pirating? Have supplies gotten so low? Yes.
Pirating once.
Yes. This is our new ship.
That's right.
We headed out this way, Oshawa Way, Ajax Way, to pick up vinyl for the cutter because it would cost us more to get shipped than it's worth. And now with this car, you know, we're not sucking up a ton of gas. So yeah, we drove out. Now we're running back in town to see 3 more places tonight. And we hope we can get on and do a proper broadcast. This is why you guys haven't been seeing a heads up for us, like a precursor post, because we have no idea. Bucky's. Oh, okay, it is Bucky's. So, do you owe less money on vehicles now? If so, that's a good deal. We owe about the same. We owe about the same.
But less on costs.
But it'll cost us it'll save us $1,000 a year on gas. So, yeah, it's about the same amount of money we still owe. Technically, more because the interest is over a longer period of time. So we spread it out. We spread out the payments. So it's going to take about 5 years to pay off this vehicle. So that's a little annoying. But that other vehicle was the Kia was a dud. It was a dud. It was a freaking lemon, and the dealership ripped us off big time, and now the dealership's gone under, and Kia won't be held responsible for what's happening with that vehicle. So the dealership we got this car from was so much better in handling, went over everything, juggled things, compared bank to bank to bank, and yeah, they did, they did a great job, and I'm very, very happy now. 1,000 less is a good one, yeah, and that's on gas. Yep. And you have a roof for the sun to say hi. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are the names in Ontario all native like Florida? Most of them are.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Oshawa is.
They're either native or they're
English.
Named after English founders, basically.
Like Kent.
Kent, yeah.
Kent County.
Yeah.
But Oshawa is native. Whitby is English. Yeah.
Ajax
Toronto.
is also
Ajax is English, yeah. Toronto is native. So yeah, they're all native or British, it seems. Yeah, Vince said this car is not going to suck gas like tomorrow. Now, they warned us the battery probably only has 4 years left. So we should be planning to replace the battery at some point. The main battery for the vehicle itself. So making me feel better. Been emotional for 2 days over my boy. Oh, I saw that, Shane. I saw your Instagram. I know, honey. I know. You're always going to have a place in your heart. Like, I always have a place in my heart for Merlin. Merlin was my big black beauty when I was a kid. And I guess Kira will always have a place in my heart for Kira. Because Kira was, it's just the first cat Martin and I had together. And she was special. Oh, my God. She was so brain damaged. She was partially suffocated at birth. So she had so much brain damage. And she really had to be treated very differently. Yes, that is adorable. Hi, Lorena. Florida names are all American Indian, and their bridges and water names are all tongue twisters. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Some of the native language is just, I mean, a lot of the names in Quebec as well are very native. So, yeah. But yes, there's a sunroof in this vehicle. And when we left, it was really, really cold. Then it got nice and warm and comfortable again. And then the wind picked up and it got really cold. And it got, it's just like, I don't know if the weather knows what it's doing. Hey. I hear this is what scares a lot. This is not the widest highway around. When you get out to the west end of the city, you got like the 401 and the Queen Elizabeth. Is your new car come with drink holders? Of course. Of course it does. There's one there, and there's one there. 2 drink holders. It's a smaller compartment though. As I flip the camera upside down. I think you guys are funny and awesome. Thank you, Lorena. It's we're already making a mess of the dashboard. We are messy. We are messy. We wanna see if we can find a supplier that we can trust. That there are these mesh things that you can put in the middle of between the 2 front seats that create like an extra spot to put things in. So we want one of those. So yeah. And did they give you a really long extension cord so you can drive it plugged in?
It's a non-plug-in.
Vincent, it's a non-plug-in. The gasoline engine, because it's a hybrid. It's not it's not completely battery. It does have a small gas engine in it. So the gas engine, as you're driving, charges the battery. It doesn't plug in at all. So there's still some gas. So that tells you how expensive gas is in Canada, because we're going to save about 50%. So it would cost us about $2,000 normally in gas a year, and it's going to cost us like $1,000, if not less, if we do a lot of highway driving. Oh. My dad has heated seats in his truck. Love it. Wish I had butt warmers in my car. Oh, I found LED paw cup holders. I want. Nice. Trying to make sure the iPad is out of Martin's rearview mirror. Doesn't look like they need a very long one. Unless one of them sit in the back seat. So no overnight charging, no. Nope, you don't have to plug it in. Awesome. Yeah, see here, look. Because you should be able to see the screen.
Right now the battery's driving there.
Right, you see all the little colored arrows. So right now the battery is driving. And if Martin puts on the brake a little bit, see the green?
If I coast.
Because he's coasting, yeah.
The 2 electric motors are charging the battery. They turn around and become generators.
So you can see the 2 motors, right? So you can tell when it's pulling from all 4. Right now, because we're coasting, it's pulling from all 4, charging the battery. And then Martin just stepped on the gas. So now the battery is going to the engine. The battery's feeding the engine. So you can basically watch your charge as it works.
So don't get too distracted by it.
No solar panels.
Will wear off and we'll stop glancing at the screen constantly.
Yeah. Right now it's a novelty for us.
The radio screen or something.
And I mean, it's an older hybrid. It's 2016, but the technology had already been pretty established. So it's near the beginning of this kind of hybrid. So we never thought we'd own a hybrid because they were always so expensive. So a secondhand one is giving us a good introduction to the hybrid world. And maybe if we can save up money, our second car will be a hybrid as well. Don't know. I'd like to have 2 cars again, but we're not there yet. We're just not there yet. Mine's from the Flintstones car. It looks like you have a flux capacitor. Yeah, I guess it does look like Warp Core. Whoa, epic. What kind of car is that? It's a RAV4. It's a 2016 RAV4 hybrid. Does it get dark early in Toronto? Well, during winter it does.
Yeah, around 5 o'clock right now.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing, the reason why it doesn't get dark as fast in BC is because it's on an ocean. So there's nothing really blocking the light. Here, we're on a lake. So because we're on a lake and we're further into the country, there's no ocean. So everything's in the way. Whereas the country is in the way, basically. That's great. Yeah. A RAV4 is not a Honda. Toyota. I had a moment. I'm like, hey, it's a Toyota. Yeah, it's Toyota. great dealership. I'm we
Yeah, good.
we have to take some time and give them a review, on Google, because everyone's struggling now with the whole COVID thing, and everyone's budgets are tighter. And I'm just kind of surprised they got someone to buy our Kia. We think Kia bought back because what they did was they put it in the auction. So Kia, instead of dealing with us and making things good and then paying off the rest of the vehicle, which is what we were asking for, the 20,000 still owing on the vehicle to be paid off, but and they can take the car back. I think they're the ones who bought it from the auction because no one's buying the Sorrentos, the 2019 Sorrentos. Just not. So there's a lot of bad reviews out there. So I think Kia bought their own car back is what happened. I want a car powered by Chili. Oh my god, that's awesome. Only the flex part is in front of them. Shane, I have a 2011 Yaris going on 1998. It is a 2011, but not as modern. It seems like a 90s car. Oh, nice. That's hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, they run and run and run. Well, this is it. They're so, they're so, um, they're so dedicated to their vehicles. They're so, Ford is too. Like, I mean, they're just, and Jeep. Those are the 3 dealerships we went to because we had heard so much, and we had a Ford at one time, and we had a Chevy Tracker. So we focused on the brands we've had good luck with, and we had to see the dealerships. So you had to book an appointment though, because of course the dealerships are not allowed to just generally be open. You can't just wander in because of the lockdown. So yeah, they're working too. Wow, yeah, I'm really happy with this car. It's got a little less storage space, unfortunately. Like the middle console's a little smaller, and the glove compartment's a little smaller. The new hybrid RAV4, which we looked at and sat in, and we're very happy with. Unfortunately, it's a $40,000 car. All you Americans feel blessed. This is how Canadians, this is how we have healthcare. Healthcare is not free. It's all in the taxes, and you have to, you have to pay fees and stuff to own a car. And I don't mean like your insurance. I mean to buy that car. There's a cut there that goes to the regulation. You can't sell a car secondhand here. Like you can't sell your own car secondhand here without a certificate. Like so, you have to bring it into a mechanic that is certified with the government, and you have to get the certificate, and it's only good for 30 days. So you can't sell your car in a month, and you gotta get another certificate. So yep, there are ways they pay for our medical. My car, I have a manually turn on lights. It doesn't have Bluetooth. Oh, Shane. Wow, yeah. So I forgot my sunglasses. I got these. These are the emergency pair. They're just cheese. Oh wow, and they're what is it? They're polarized. So I can't read their comments if I were.
There we go.
Martin's learning the vehicle.
Yeah.
He's trying to clean off the windshield. That's weird. Well, it makes sure that everything's regulated. It makes sure that you're not, even secondhand, you're not buying a dud. They don't want you selling cars or houses. And if you buy off of someone without that certificate, which my brother did when he moved back to Canada, he was in Korea for a while. When he moved back to Canada, he bought a secondhand car to start, just to kind of, off some guy. And the damn thing died, a month after he got it. And he didn't ask about the certificate. He didn't know about the certificate. And he brought it into the mechanic and said how much. And the mechanic said, oh, it was going to cost him like $3,000 worth of repairs in the engine and everything. And he was just like, okay. And he called the guy up and he said, listen, I want my money back. You sold me a dud. And the guy said, nope. And that's when he found out about the certificates that you're supposed to have. So he got ripped off. So if you buy a car from someone and you don't ask about the certificate, that's it. If it's a dud, your money's gone. No, don't freeze. Get out and back in. Shane, I'm not trying to kick you out. Oh, the sun is killer.
That was different.
Now it's gone again. There's clouds
we got
again.
some snow coming in.
Yeah, we got snow coming in.
We got
That's right.
a
Look at
road
that.
ahead. It's,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't buy unless they got this, which is why we buy from a dealership. People are like, dealership's going to charge you more. Yeah, but they've taken care of the car. They've got their own mechanics. You know,
certified.
they're all certified. Here, look, I'm going to get on the. We have a light dusting of snow. Finally, we're having some snow.
It won't stay.
It won't stay, no. A light dusting, you can just see it. It's not freezing for you. Yeah, it could be her internet. It could be Shane's internet. So I'm happy too. The tires on this vehicle are so much better. Look at it. What is this? Snow. Snow. Finally, we're getting some snow. And Martin kind of cleaned the windshield. It's streaky. Love snow. Snow. That truck is filthy. Filthy, filthy truck.
The Metro truck?
Filthy Metro truck. See, Metro didn't exist in Ontario when we moved to BC. We come back and here it is. What did they bought all the Dominions?
Dominion or IGA? I can't remember which.
Dominion.
Was it Dominion?
Yeah. Because it was always Loblaws and Dominion. And now there's no Dominions because they're Metros now. Now I can see it. Woohoo! But these tires on this vehicle are also so much better than the tires on the other one. Ta-da! Yeah, you can see the buildings are kind of, yeah, hazy is a good word for it. Muted. You can see the sun just kind of trying to peek through the clouds.
This must have been what it looked like to the dinosaurs
This is what it looked like for the dinosaurs. Yeah.
in those last few days.
Oh no! CC Canada's not all about heavy snow. You know. Oh, here we have a little snow in the. Oh, the little cover just got in the way. So you got a little snow on the hill over there.
It's the wells, the parking lots from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely hazy. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see it really doesn't stay right now. Normally in Ontario, we'd be buried in snow by this point. Just took its sweet time this year, I guess. I don't know. The whole climate is changing. Because this is more like a BC winter. At least how a BC winter was before. Shane, you came in when BC weather kind of changed. When it got snowier and snowier. But usually Toronto's like that, you know. But we're part of the same snow belt as Buffalo and, you know, a good chunk of New York. And the rooftops, yeah. Exactly. So it's stuck down on the grass a bit, but yeah, no, it's kind of nice too being back. It's sort of sticking, yeah. Well, it's not enough to stick to the road, you know. Especially all the drivers. There's just it's supposed to be a lockdown. None of us are supposed to really be out. It's hard when you're in a big city, but because of that, a lot of people move down to the city, which is why places are, you know, suddenly rentable. You know? We've gotten some really good quotes, some really good prices. We'll see what happens. Definitely see what happens. So we're gonna go see 3 places this evening. And just take it day by day, moment by moment. The unfortunate thing is the cheaper places are going really fast. So people who want to take advantage of this, like we do. So if we can get our monthly costs down, it's only in the 40s here. Oh wow. What are we? What temperature does it say?
We're at -1 degrees, which is about 30 degrees Celsius.
So yeah, we're minus
Or
1
30
degrees.
degrees Fahrenheit, yeah.
It's minus 1 degree Celsius right now, so it's about 30 degrees Celsius.
Fahrenheit, yeah.
Fahrenheit, sorry.
I think I got
Negative 1 degree Celsius is like about 30 Fahrenheit. So, you want snow? Yeah, people always complain about the snow, and I'm like, why? It's just weather. It's you know, in your vehicles, you're either turning your heat on or your AC on. There's no in between. There's no reality to it when you think about it. It's only what you make it. Only what you make it. Everything's bumpy. I get big. Hey Perry. Perry, why are you not watching from the Habs app?
Yeah, really.
Perry. I know. Yeah, it's like Perry, bad Perry. It's going okay. We just ran out to Oshawa to pick up some vinyl for the cutter.
In 2 kilometers,
And one of the first things we're going to cut vinyl of is we're going to put dragons on this vehicle. We already named the car. He's Drogon. He is a he. This is definitely a male car. Your hat is super cool. It's weather no matter what. Yeah. Okay, I'm going. You're coming over to Haps, right, Barry? Hello. This is an old hat. This is DEFCON 5, which was a stunt team and weapons handlers and stuff like that. So I wound up with one of their hats because a lot of the stuff that was being done on Earth Final Conflict and Total Recall were these guys. So yeah, I love these guys. Barry! Get your butt over here, Barry. Get your little tush over here. This is, it's nice. It's such a smooth ride. This vehicle is so much smoother. And Martin was noting. Can I put it back?
Yeah. Comfortable.
Martin was noting that it's much more comfortable to drive this vehicle because of the position of the seats. In comparison. There, I'm on Haps. There he is. His hat is epic. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. You can see I've worn it quite a bit. It used to be black, right? It used to be like solid black. And now it's like sun bleached. But yeah, that was their logo. A little military skull and so yeah. Good group of guys and girls. Guys and gals. Guys and gals.
In
Nice
11
dolls.
kilometers, take exit 3 onto Bayview Avenue towards Claw Street.
Is that guy matching like every single lane change you make?
Yes.
Is he following? Could be following. He could. It's like he sees your signal and he wants to change lanes before you.
Yeah, right.
So he thinks we're blocking him.
That's right.
Careful, you zoomed in a bit and then zoomed out. Yeah, I moved the iPad because Martin needed to see the mirror. And I'm resting the iPad right now on my knee. It's crossed. So it was right in the mirror. Whose logo? DEFCON. DEFCON. DEFCON 5. They're a stunt team and weapons handlers. They worked alongside us on things like X-Men and Earth Final Conflict 2070 and Earth Final Conflict Total Recall 2070. Wow, it's been a long time.
It does.
Very long time. This hat is like, geez, what, 25 years old?
Easily,
Yeah. I have a hard time drinking on the larger bottle openings when the car is moving. But yeah, I was gonna drive back in, but back into town, but I couldn't do this, and I can't keep checking messages to make sure that to see whether or not there are more places to see. There might be more places to see.
Places to see, people to go.
Places to see, people to go.
Yeah.
Never heard of them. It sounds really cool. Yeah, I don't know if they're still around because I haven't.
Toronto
Are
based,
they?
but yeah, it's been forever. But, yeah.
Yeah, they're Toronto based. Well, they're Ontario based.
Yeah.
They work on productions in Ontario, so. But yeah, I don't know if they're still around. I'd have to check. There might be a different company doing special skills and stunts now. I mean, Martin and I do weapons handling stuff. Like, we perform with weapons, and we know how to treat a fake gun like a real gun, and a real gun like a real gun. But you know, these guys went beyond that. These guys are like fall down and you know, jump out windows. Why is your coat covered in fur? No judgment. Cats. Cats. Cats, and it's a wool.
Battle.
It's a wool coat. Yeah, it's a losing battle. I keep meaning to get dry cleaned too because there's a splatter of mud on the front of it that I kind of brushed off, but it's still left behind dust. So yeah, but then the weather keeps changing, and it's my only coat. So yeah. I only got a t-shirt on, so wow. Well, 3 cats. So that's you know.
3 cats. We know it's all her.
Yeah, it's mostly her. She's long haired, and the other 2 are short haired kitties. So yeah, she's the big culprit. I remember one time I threw the coat on the couch because I was just going to the washroom, grabbing a snack and heading back out. So I took off my coat, threw it down on the couch, and came out of the washroom, and it had this huge patch of cat. And I don't mean the cat herself. I mean, she left behind another cat on the coat.
Like she reproduces by cell division.
Reproduces by cell division. That's nice.
Generates new cats everywhere she goes.
She does. But yeah, I really need to get it cleaned. It's sticking to my pants a lot too. And that's been a problem too, is a lot of places don't want pets. You know, they won't rent to you if you got pets. So there's a bunch of places that would be ideal for us, but they don't allow pets. So that's a bit of a tough spot. So yeah, and I'm not sure about like all these places we're looking at to our apartment buildings, and I don't know. But we may have no choice. You know, it may be. I'm actually checking text message to make sure that no one's canceled on us or done something that they shouldn't have done. Okay. Nope, no cancellation, which is good. It's good. Yeah, we only have one guy who got really pissy. We said we were going to be late. So, whether or not he wanted us to, can we come tomorrow? Because his place was like in between 2 others, and he was aware of that. I said, can we come tomorrow or can we be late? And he's like, no, I drove in from out of town. I'm not interested in you anymore. Okay, dude. You'd be getting good tenants and making money when other people aren't. So, okay. I guess he has a gas guzzler. Oh, he has a truck. Serious truck.
Use the
Yeah.
right lane to take exit 3 onto
Woof.
Main.
I need some exercise. It's running. That's how comfy this vehicle is. It's like, oh, yeah. And there's seat warmers in it. Doesn't have a steering wheel warmer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're fine with that. I'm actually a good temperature. Yeah, I think I'm hot flashing. I think.
Take the exit.
Take the exit.
We need to crack the sunroof.
No, we won't need to crack the sunroof.
In 700 meters, keep left.
No, I'm really happy with this vehicle. See here, look. All these are like old. All the stuff down here is like old factories, and there's there's a historical site down in in the valley that used to be the brickworks. I mean, they still call it the brickworks, but they rescued it, and it's where all the bricks from all the buildings. Well, not green right now because it's winter. But Toronto's a very green city. There's a lot of park space. A lot of park space. I mean, the whole road that we were just driving on is the DVP. And Don Valley has a huge park system right down the middle. Right down the middle of it, and the Don River runs down it too. And the bridge is kind of off to the left here. It's kind of hard to see, but that bridge was built in 1914. It's just a huge bridge, and the subway goes through the middle of it. Awesome. Yeah, and then we've got this area, this neighborhood over here is a very, everyone had massive yards and massive properties.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn onto Bloor Street East.
So there's the Castle Frank subway station. And the school, there's a private school down in the back. Castle Frank is a private school. So it's one of those people pay to put their kids in there. Put their kids in there. I'm done with you, child. Go to school. Go away. Of course, it's quiet. Normally there would be a lot of kids coming, in and out of the subway or walking down the street. But because of COVID, everything's gone online. Then you get these modern beasts, right next to it. But yeah, these little apartment buildings. That's something you would never have seen back when those houses were built. These apartment buildings were built in about the 60s, 1960s, 1970s. But this whole area was just estate homes and the downtown core right next to it. So it's a very posh area with the exception of a few buildings, a few apartment buildings. You see, you got some old churches. I mean, Toronto's a very old city. It's some of these buildings go back to like the 15 or 1600s. Some of the smaller kind of cabin type buildings. There's a few of them down in the CNE grounds that are still down there that go all the way back. And yeah, you see, look at the comparison here. You got this older little bank building, you know, the Dominion Bank, which is now TD Toronto Dominion, but it was originally called the Dominion Bank because it was the Dominion.
The Dominion of Canada.
The Dominion of Canada. That's right. It wasn't actually Canada. It was a Dominion. So it's now Toronto Dominion because it started in Toronto. And then you got this office building right next to it that was probably built in the, you know, probably built in probably the 60s, 50s and 60s. Because I remember these buildings as a kid. And that sucker was built in the 80s. I remember when that one went up. This is the nice thing about being back in Toronto is coming back and seeing all the added buildings and all that. Then you got really old church, like tucked amongst. So the whole city's like this. These old buildings tucked amongst all the newer buildings. I love your GP's voice. It's the iPhone. You can pick accents. He picked Australian,
Mhm.
and I've got a British male voice on mine, which is kind of cool. Makes it a little more distinct, and we know which one. We know which phone is talking to us, basically, whether it's his phone or mine.
It was funny listening to them argue earlier.
Yeah, both of them were giving slightly different directions. I used mine to find the metro to go get lunch at, and he was using his to get to the place to pick up. So the two of them were arguing with each other. But yeah, so we're turning onto Church Street, and Church Street is, um, at least this end of it, is the gay district. Oh no, you may want to stay back in case he decides to back up because he's right over the.
Yeah, he's back there below. No camera.
Yeah, smart. He wasn't going to run the light, but not smart that he wound up on the crosswalk. City drivers, right? I mean, this building over here, this very plain one, is 1930s. You can see the simplicity of it. So the buildings are all very different ages in the city. So of course, all the places we're looking at are all different ages too. Like I mean,
3 minutes away.
this person's really eager.
He's, he's almost at the other end of the intersection.
You got this modern kind of front door architecture here. Awesome. Yeah, I love my city. I'm born and raised in Toronto. And these are all my old stomping grounds. Interesting, yeah.
Pretty
So
close to here.
pretty cool.
And somebody at the last second decides to run across the street.
Ah, well, I guess we won't make it.
No, he barely made it. Yay, Toronto.
Well, we're called Northern New York for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, Toronto's had a number of nicknames. Toronto the Good, T dot, TO. It's now referred to as the Six because six smaller cities basically merged with Toronto, the larger city. So it's now a much bigger city. It's see, TO, T dot,
GTA.
the GTA, yeah,
Greater Toronto area.
and Hogtown. Where are you? Hi, Rose. We are presently in Toronto at Church and Bloor, and we're about to turn left. We're going to go see a place that's downtown, which is actually a really reasonable price because, well, COVID, people are moving out of the city. So a lot of these places are empty and need tenants, and we're done with the place we're in. We're not going to continue. We can barely do a broadcast there without being lectured. So, no, we're done. We are done. So here's Church Street. So Church, once you get a little bit down here, you start seeing a lot of the gay flags, and I mean these the little houses, old houses. Yeah, they are restoring that place.
They pulled this one apart. They keep the facade.
So you get these old Victorian houses all in. See, they basically cut the facade on this one because inside was so badly damaged from neglect from the owners. But like, I mean, look at these places. I would own one of these in a flash if I could. They are so expensive though. You make the best of any situation, right? Yeah, exactly.
It's just up there.
Okay. Exactly. Okay. So I am going to let Martin get out and come around and grab the iPad. So we'll stay on air until we're right up to the door. Gorgeous, yeah, they are. Well, this place we're seeing is older too.
Ooh, it is windy.
It's a much older, smaller apartment building. This landlord in particular owns a lot of small apartment buildings. Here's Martin. Here's Martin. So I'm gonna hand this to him. You love old buildings, yeah. So
I'm trying to figure out if this is actually legitimate parking or not. It's definitely old buildings. What's that? The wrap over top? Yeah.
Because it was getting really warm in the car.
Yeah, I don't see any signs on this block that say no parking. There's a green P at the other end.
So that
But,
would probably be the parking.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I'm moving on. Rose is moving on.
okay, Rose.
Yeah, that'll be the only drawback to this place here is there's no actual parking at the building, so we have to get a street permit. And downtown being busy as it is, as much construction as it is, street parking's a bit of a premium right now.
That's why I'm wondering.
Bit hard to find. What's that?
I'm wondering if Green Pea Law does like a monthly.
They usually do, yeah. All right, I'm gonna hand this to you again, so I can lock up the car and figure out the parking. Whether I need to come back, grab the car or something. I don't want to end up getting a ticket on the second day with a new car, right?
Yeah, exactly. Ta-da! So you can see the color. I love this color so much.
There is a green tea arcade over there.
The beautiful old house, yeah. Windy! Windy! Well, what's it say? Pay parking enforced.
That way. There's
So,
parking that way, but how far does that actually? There is an empty space that looks like up there.
do you want to move? Yes. See, now this is the place we're looking at. So the building itself does not have its own parking. But this is the St. Charles Court. The building was built, I think he said 1910. So we're hoping the place is big enough and the right price. You see, there's a green pea parking lot over there. So we'd be looking at the cost of a permit, and there's a green pea parking over here. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Martin is moving the vehicle. This is how they work here. We've got this app. Green Pea runs the parking for the government. We've got this app, and then you type in the number, and it takes it right out of your bank or your credit card. So turn the camera around. Hey guys. So listen, remember. Oh, look at the old. Here we go. Little church too. Whoopsie. It froze, I think. It froze, I think.
What's that?
I can't tell if it froze or not. Anyway, Martin,
Yes.
we're gonna go.
We're gonna. Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna. We're
So
gonna go.
yeah.
Oh.
Remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can, because like self-love, self-respect is the key to happiness. When you think about it. And that you, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Say see you later, Martin.
See you later, Martin.